and welcome to episode 69.
We're trying really hard to contain ourselves. It didn't last long. I mean,
I'm just gonna be posting in the memes shitpost channel all night.
Do it.
Please.
Do it. Do
There's
it.
no way
all
we
the
just
memes.
did all those. What?
I'm going to see what's up with my touch throbbing.
I am
so-
getting
so-
cringed so much tonight.
Oh my god! I need to not look at the sausage chat channel
Correct.
because I will get nothing done this entire game.
Oh, it's an origin.
Oh my god!
And apparently neither should any of you.
Look, eggplants have never looked so spicy.
Oh my god!
We're mature adults! We are so mature! Also, hi, kid!
Hi!
Thanks
You've
for
chosen a
joining
wonderful episode to join us.
Oh, yeah, you really have. It's great.
I resent myself for running a game so enjoyed that we've made it to 69 sessions.
No, you don't. You love it. You truly do.
No, it's pretty great. But I'm gonna try and have us run an actual sensible game.
Just wait till episode 70. It's 69 plus 1.
Threesomes all around! Oh, I ran out of honey.
Oh, that means episode 72 is going to be 69
Plus
the
two?
most. Well,
Wait, 3? Wait, I lost count by then.
Math.
Yeah.
Anyway, when last we saw the crew of the Gloved Molotov, they were responding to a call for help of sorts from a team. Oh, actually, hang on. Is there a reason I can't hear the music?
Maybe it's not loud enough or on?
I don't think it's on. I'm not hearing it.
Yeah.
Bother!
It's playing now.
I can't hear it.
I mean, I can't hear it, but it's playing.
I'm going to refresh Roll20, but still, I will talk nonetheless. The crew of the Gloved Molotov received a call for aid from a team of heavily armored monks, hailing from Harbonans, who had just dealt a devastating blow, burping, to a mercenary craft. I was just too quiet. Okay, we're good.
yeah, Mr. Bright.
Yes, to a mercenary craft in orbit around Yakuta. They disguised their re-entry, their entry to the planet by pretending to be a piece of debris. And after Dr. Charles tracked their trajectory and Mordeau and Locky destroyed the sensor arrays used by the military to potentially obscure exactly what was landing, Dimitri, Mordeau, Dr. Charles, and Ivan rode out in the bus to go and pick them up. Upon finding that this location had already been visited by 2 military vehicles and was being investigated, Mordeau saw fit to climb a tree about 100 meters away and start taking well-placed pot shots
Fucking execute them.
with a sniper pistol.
It sounds so really like sniper pistol.
A silenced sniper pistol.
That doesn't make it any better.
And he did so to great effect. Meanwhile, Dimitri used his connection with Molly to make one specific soldier individual in particular believe that there was a large, ferocious, armored insect emerging from the trees and threatening to attack he and his friends. These hallucinations eventually caused him to kill his already injured commanding officer as the large bug appeared to loom over him. So he sprayed and prayed and praised what he got. Finally, Dr. Charles leaned even further on his addiction to regalia and took a dose to enable him to use his telekinetic sling, which he used to fire rocks and bits of tar and gravel at nearby soldiers, smacking them in the head and bringing them down too. Also, Ivan just went pew 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 pew, and people died because he's cool. Once the fight was done, Dr. Charles used the remainder of his power to scrape thick layers of dirt off the smoldering wreckage that had violently penetrated the surface of the planet. I'm sorry, I can't.
Giggity.
Yes, his soft, sensual, telekinetic hands rubbed across the shaft of the shuttle, unveiling
Oh God! Don't stop.
It's not
please. I
usually
will
so
die.
dirty.
Please.
unveiling a shaft that unveiling a hatch built
Portal?
into
An entryway?
the top of
A
the
moist
shuttle.
tunnel?
Back door.
A back door, allowing six.
Priests don't usually come out of the back door.
Allowing 6 armored psychics to leave the shuttle, board the bus with the party, and begin their journey back to home base. Meanwhile, as Katalina and Locky are still kind of wanted and weren't aware of the nature of the engagement would be potentially safer for them to be involved in, they got kind of bothered by the fact that they couldn't help their friends, and began sparring while drinking vodka.
They got plastered. Let's be honest.
That went about as well as could be expected, as the sparring session turned into a game of keep away with the vodka bottle, followed by both Eva and Sparks attempting to provide a jaunty mood to the two of them in the throes of combat cuddles in the gym. This didn't sit well with Katalina or Locky's drunken minds, so they went into the workshop, brewed up a batch of itching powder, and placed it all over the inside of Sparks' underwear drawer. After being scolded somewhat by Eva for their choices after their attempts at drunken stealthery didn't go as planned, they went and collapsed inside a storage cupboard where there was more vodka. And after about an hour, heard Sparks exclaim, "God damn it!" And that is where the last session ended. However, I suspect that people may want to have a conversation with these psychics on the journey to wherever it is they're being taken. So we will shift it back in time to before Sparks has found this itching powder, to the interior of the bus.
Can I ask a quick question, Rory?
Sure.
What sector are we in? What part of the sector are we in? What coordinates?
You are in you're at the coordinates 0109.
Thank you. Updating stuff.
Okay. So Ivan is at the wheel of the bus and is currently just making his way in general towards a more populated part of the planet. It's a bit snug in the back as there are only so many seats, and now there's like
A few extra people.
13 of you in the back of this bus, and like most of the seats you could have used have been like pulled out to make room for like a workbench and a medical bed. So I feel like there's maybe like 3-4 of you kind of perched on the edge of the bed.
Didn't Thomas and Charles take their vehicle back?
Yes, you two took the hatchback to travel back, but if so you choose, you can be in a conference call with the contents of the bus to be able to contribute to a conversation. So perhaps we'll just see what happens with just Dimitri for now, because these are very much his people. Yeah, so you can reach out potentially in a moment. But for now, we'll see what their initial interaction is like. So, the bus takes off, and Dimitri, you are just standing in the company of 6 well-armored individuals wearing like battered brown monk's robes over suits of power armor, and the vehicle just trundles away, and they'll just kind of look at you and say through their visors, "Thank you very much for saving us."
No, I could not leave you behind, like it would not be right.
Your assistance is greatly appreciated. Is this location secure?
We are in a bus. It is pretty secure, I guess.
I will take that as a yes. And this, where's these?
Bless you. Pineapples! Snozberries!
Too late.
Damn it. I tried. Sorry, Rory.
Oh, good.
What?
Don't worry. If you say something obscene to distract someone as they're about to sneeze, it can distract them from needing to sneeze.
And this individual, kind of at the front of the group, the helmet slides up, and it seems like this person must be using some kind of voice modulator, because inside the helmet is like a 20-year-old girl with freckles and like frizzy orange hair, kind of like poking around like a cap to keep her flamboyant locks in place. She says, I'm Kisa. Apologies for using a code name previously. I wasn't sure if our transmission was being monitored.
You are not what I expected.
No?
Not that I expected to have psychic, like, priests rolling around in space blowing up ships anyway, but I don't know. Generally, we are men.
Are you?
A monk is usually a man?
Well, times have changed.
Duh. You're also younger than I expected. And more female from the voice.
Our numbers grow ever fewer, unfortunately, on Harbona. Times are tough, so we all must take up arms as soon as we can.
How long since you were on Harbona?
2 days?
Okay, then you must have the most recent news then.
I like to think so. What would you like to know?
Well, it can wait, because I'm sure Katalina will ask all the same questions.
I see. Who is Katalina?
Katalina? I kind of consider her my little sister, but
They'd probably know the family name.
yeah, except I can't remember. What is it?
Sokolov.
Topolov?
Sokolov.
Oh, Sokolov. Duh.
It was Sokolov.
Katalina Sokolov.
Sokolov. Alice, what's Katalina's mom's name again?
Oh, Anna? No, because her mum and her sister have very similar names. One's Anastasia and one's Anna. So mum's
Okay,
Anna.
so
And her sister is Ani.
yes,
So Anna and Ani.
not confusing at all. So,
Sorry, guys.
so Kisa says, "You don't mean like Anna Sokolov, do you?"
No, Katalina.
Yes. Is she related to Anna Sokolov?
Oh,
I think that was her mother.
Oh, she is fearsome.
Is fearsome?
Yes. I saw her on the battlefield a few weeks ago.
this is interesting news.
I feel like you have been a bit out of the loop. I may want to.
I've not been on planet for like 10, maybe somewhere close to 10 years. But
What? Well,
I did not. What is best way to put it? The family business and I do not. It's not that I don't agree with what we do, but it is. There are other brothers who can do it better than I.
what is your business?
I can't remember my own fucking.
You could just say your
family.
last name and they'd know who you are.
Dermot,
I know.
believe.
Davidov.
It is
Yes.
Davidov. Why do I remember your details, man?
Like, I can't remember. I never used the last name, so. My
So-
grandfather. What I think his name was Nikolai.
Yes.
Nikolai Davidov.
My word, you are a very well connected group.
Well, as I said, like I got off planet looking for the gods and ended up just being pilot, and I haven't done as much for Harbona as I would like.
Well,
I'm trying to change that now by being on Yakuta and doing stuff.
your aid is greatly appreciated.
But if you have seen Anna Sokolov, we heard she was dead.
Oh, you did? Well, she's not the same as she was.
Oh no. So scared.
Katalina has been in contact with her father, but that is it.
He's been rather reclusive. Many attempts have been made to beseech him for aid. He's quite talented and intelligent, but he's been quite the shut-in. Most
And we
of us feel like he's lost all hope.
have found her little sister, but hey, that is something perhaps you could help us with.
Of course.
We will give you full briefing when we get back, when we get inside to our safe house. But
Of course.
plans are afoot.
I'm sure they are. Did your other comrades have any questions for me? I'm sure we could call them.
Probably, but we could. I don't know. Like we could keep going here, or we could do it when we get to the safe house.
Perhaps let's wait until the safe house to avoid repeating myself.
I've been bad host. Do you require sustenance? Maybe some vodka? I have some bread and salt.
Well, as you may recall, Dimitri, Harbonans want for not vodka if we travel in suits like these. And like she like reaches down, cracks open like a very
Panel.
like a really heavily armored thigh compartment, and there's like a small vodka bottle in there, and she pulls it out.
Like,
Only the best.
not bad. I open up 3 cupboards.
It's like a bunch of vodka in there.
3 cupboards. They've each got like 4 or 5 bottles in them.
Oh my god. I just love the fact that vodka is just like a thing that this party can just manifest out of thin air. It's amazing.
Hey, we need the bottles. They make it's part of our shtick.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So those in the vehicle kind of settle down. There's like 4 fold-out seats at the very back. The 2 mercenaries the two
Oops.
rebels that you traveled with to get here are like sitting in like the front bench of the bus near the front window. So the 6 psychics just go and hang out at the back, drip down to the 4 seats, and they all like eventually unfasten their helmets, and you get a better look at them. There is a rather tall, broad-shouldered woman who has like a blonde buzz cut, and as she's sitting there, like she keeps on like looking around, seems very like fidgety, and is just like trying to take in as much stimulus and information as she can just from her surroundings. There's a very slender man. I should say all these people are like 20 to 25 years old in their age. They're all quite young. There's a slender man with long, straight, like shoulder-length hair, and is just like sitting there, not saying much, just quietly watching the 3 more energetic and boisterous individuals on the bus kind of goofing around. All 3 of them have taken off their helmets, and they look very, very similar to each other. Like, you would be quite surprised if these 3 weren't like brothers. Like, it's like they are absolutely, definitely siblings. And like, now that they're seemingly done with the mission, they've kind of just relaxed somewhat and are like goofing around, making jokes, bantering in Russian. I think they're mainly just poking fun at their surroundings and saying, "Oh, Yakuza, this is gross, this is awful. It's just as bad as we thought it would be." Things like that. And they're just happy keeping each other company in the back of the bus for the duration of the journey.
I have one further question before we arrive.
Yes?
Alec.
What about him?
Is he alive?
I'm sorry. They found the crash site. There was no one left.
I still do not believe this.
That's fine. You can hold on to your faith as best you can.
No. This is not faith in this case. It is more simply belief.
Well, if you can ever find your way across to Harbona, perhaps.
Oh, like after we destroy these cunts, that is where we are headed.
Excellent. I'm sorry.
It is more for Katalina.
I'm sure. I will leave it to you to break the news to her.
We saw the fleet action. The ships head for the planet, but she is wholly convinced he's gone, and I'm not.
I will not mention it then, unless she brings it up.
Okay.
Okay. You continue the rest of the way and find your way to the secret base. Just a quick curiosity, what is the time like spent between Mordeau and Dr. Charles? Because previously you didn't have a very good initial first impression.
I imagine I'm not exactly improving it.
Oh no.
I've lit a cigarette in the back of the car, disassembled the sniper rifle entirely, strewn oily pieces across the entire car,
Oh god.
and am cleaning it with a gun cleaning kit that is in a small satchel and basically just squirting oil over internal trigger springs and shit like that, and over the car seats.
Mm-hmm. So you are therefore driving the car back, Dr. Charles, and are like hearing all this. I feel like occasionally you feel a knee impact your back through the driver's seat as Mordeau like changes position to clean a different part of the gun.
Question: does 6 nearby psychics create like a feeling
What?
more for Charles? Like
Charles-
a heavy feeling in the air because there's suddenly 6 more people in a small space who have psychic ability.
But I'm not in the bus. I'm in a car.
I know, but
yeah.
they're not that far.
Charles isn't trained in that kind of psychic powers. There is a school that can allow you to sense the presence of other nearby psychics, but he doesn't have access to it.
Hey, Charles, do you mind if we stop for coffee?
I think it's best that we just go where we need to be and not stop anywhere at the moment, especially since everywhere is going to be under a high guard, considering what just happened in orbit.
I mean, that wasn't... Okay, fine, that was my fault.
The ship blowing up was your fault?
Not the ship blowing up, but I mean, the orbital bombardment afterwards. Look, I might have fucked up on being a little bit... I was being cheeky, alright?
Yes, well, your cheek seems to have a way of, how to put it? Same with Locky's. It resurfaces planets.
I mean, sometimes you've got to... I don't know. Look, I'm tired. I've killed 5 people today. Can we keep the conversation to a minimum?
That is fine. Just don't get any more oil on the seats. Like, it's not my problem, but I'm sure that Ivan will deal with you when we get back.
Right. Yeah, okay. And he sort of starts cleaning up his mess badly.
Like
Clearing the oil in, yeah.
Yeah, like taking the already oily rag and trying to use that to wipe up the oil.
Yeah,
Sounds
just
bad.
rubbing it in.
Okay. And before we finally arrive back at the base proper, Kim, what have you been doing this whole time?
Don't hold us in suspense, it's K. Wait, we can't actually hear you.
Oh, there he goes.
Ah, haha.
Sorry about that. I was like, All right, yeah. Definitely working on the mech.
Okay, so when Locky like left the mech and was all like, "Oh hey, what's up, Katalina?" You stayed there, and we're all like, "Dum dum dum," and so, that means that when okay, so from your perspective, Locky left and went to the conference room to talk to Katalina. Came back maybe like half an hour, to quarter of an hour later. They were both trying to be sneaky while I think Katalina was carrying a partially consumed bottle of vodka, and then they stagger over to the workshop and start combining various chemicals.
I feel like there was a lab that we went to.
You can just imagine it
Sure.
happening as they come in and sneak in and everything. You just kind of see Pim's eyes just follow them. And then
They don't
start
notice.
doing the thing. He kind of just raises an eyebrow. They finish and they start leaving. He's been working this entire time, but he's just what the fuck? And then they've left, and he's like, not today. I have work to do.
So you are aware of the situation that's been going on with the whole shuttlecraft crashing and some of the party going out to intercept. Are you paying much regard to that, or it's just like, I guess they'll arrive soon and then I can meet them?
I'm basically doing a live and let live.
Okay, cool.
Like Pim would honestly trust everyone to do their own thing. He's been over-involved up until now, and that hasn't ended well. He's still trying to cope with the fact that he's lost Darius, so he's probably going to play it safe for a bit.
Okay. Well, as you're kind of standing there, you and Locky have got this mech like 99.5% done. Basically, the work you've been doing over the past day has been like finishing touches and working out kinks of like, oh no, if we let the gun get too hot, the barrel jams. And
Also, like on the rear part, a smaller portion so that Pim can plug into it using his scarab, but only as a power supply.
Okay, cool.
So he would be able to be in the suit, speak with Locky, see through his visor and the many things. But other than that, it would literally just be as a power source and a bit of information. Maybe later on we can install a turret or something.
Yeah. You've already figured out how to do that kind of thing on the power armor, so it's that's no problem to like basically just have him be looped in to see what Locky's doing. So you're like fine tuning this thing, being all like, it must be perfect for its debut, and like I think eventually it comes to like you just polishing the one spot like very meticulously, going, it's still not shiny enough. And then two vehicles pull into the garage where you are doing your work. The bus followed like 30 seconds later by a small red hatchback that's part of the fleet. And piling out of it is Ivan, Dimitri, and 6 monk-looking...
6 copies of Dimitri. Cool.
Really kick-ass people.
I'm surprised, Rory. You didn't give me any models to do this week.
I forgot!
Just do 6 copies of Dimitri. You'll be fine.
I feel bad. I'm sorry. I feel bad.
Well, wait. Oh, no. Wait. They're not in brown robes, but I could give you one that's, like, modified
He's
Dimitri.
just going to quickly press the side of his head and kind of switch on his internal compad and send a voice message to the rest of the crew aside from the ones who have just shown up. Apparently, Dimitri has started a cult.
Oh,
So,
didn't know.
So, Locky and Katalina, you've just heard Sparks go, God damn it! Like 5 minutes ago, because it's taken some time and some very like evasive driving by Ivan to get back to this location without attracting a tail. So, you.
I can imagine like Ivan, like drives in his tourist bus, drives around the corner. When some cars take some interest and start following, drives around the corner, changes the bus, drives off again.
Basically.
Where'd the tourist bus go? I know.
So, I think based on how drunk you are, like, Locky and Katalina, you've just caught your breath after like a good 5-minute laughing fit, and then you hear Pim say over like crew comms his comment.
Oh, what did he actually say? I zoned out for just long enough to miss it. I heard him talk and didn't register the words he said.
Guys, don't feel alarmed, but I'm pretty sure Dimitri just started.
Oh, of course he did say that. And I did actually hear that. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. ADHD brain. I feel like Katalina just holds her breath and looks at Locky.
Yeah, I think they're a bit drunk, so they're just kind of like, looking around like, where's Pim?
And they're
How did
just
he hear us?
giggling in a closet somewhere.
Yeah.
Pim's just kind of take a moment, realize he's not getting a response. Well, why tell me anything? goes back to doing his work.
Oh wait, is this before or after we hear the screech from Sparks?
After.
Shit, Loki, I forgot to make the remedy. Shit.
Scrabble, let's get there.
No. Okay. Quick.
Can you?
I think it's just a moment of us just bursting out of.
We probably topple all over each other. We have no motor skills right now. What are we rolling? Sorry, Rory.
Roll me.
rolling down the aisle. It seems like.
I mean, yeah, we are trying. Oh, wrong one. Hang on, it's not D&D. Oh no.
What was the roll? Sorry, Rory, I didn't hear it. It cut out. Stealth. Oh. Oh, that's actually not bad. I rolled
5.
a 10.
Wow.
It's a 10.
Busy giggling. Yeah.
Apparently, Locky's stealth skills go up the more drunk he is. He's just
Like a dwarf. So you still have the whole. I've got to practice this stealth thing. So you walk out holding your breath, being like and being pretty subtle. But Katalina just like falls over like a pile of cardboard boxes as she leaves the cupboard you're in, and
Ass overhead.
just like staggers, like half swaying, half kind of like giggling,
maniacally.
and the two of you make your way into the workshop to make the remedy, and you are met.
An explosion? Like, is that what's going to happen?
Well, you are then met by the returning party, and now basically.
And the gaze at him because you ignored him.
Yeah. And now basically the entire party is in the workshop.
I feel like Catalina ignores everyone and is shit scared right now of the consequences and goes straight to making that antidote.
Okay, so
Remedy
Dimitri,
drink.
like you see Catalina like coming towards the group, and I feel like at first you think, oh good, she's here to meet them, but as she gets closer, she's like swaying and giggling and just like walks straight past you and goes to the workbench over here.
Hey, Dimitri! I'll be back. She doesn't
Okay,
even notice the
maybe
guests.
maybe perhaps it's not best time to introduce Katalina. Come this way, we'll find you somewhere to sleep and store your gear and perhaps refresh yourself.
That would be appreciated. Thank you. And
And then when
Imagine Charles
Katalina
would go
shows
and
up,
ask everyone
we
if
will
they need
introduce you.
any- What? I imagine Charles would go and ask anyone if they need any medical attention,
okay.
any injuries looked at.
So you approach the six of them, and they still have their helmets off. The young lady with the curly red hair kind of sees you approach and goes, pleasure, brother.
Yes, pleasure. I'm a doctor from Altus. Do any of your party need any help now that we are secure?
You don't need to undersell your skills. We're brothers here.
I knew at least one of you were gifted.
Yes. The tall, like short-haired, blonde woman approaches and says, "Yes, That is me, but I'm feeling a bit tapped. It's been a long day, a lot of injuries.
True. I'm practiced enough that it's other people that get exhausted instead of myself. That allows me to help more.
That is good. I'm glad you can be helpful, big guy. And she like jovially like punches your shoulder.
Yes. But anyway, do any of your team need any medical assistance?
Two of the three very similar-looking boys are all like me, like almost simultaneously, and they're kind of like, no, my shoulder got dislocated. I have swelling. It's like, yeah, well, my knee got blown out. I need rehabilitation. Me first. Almost
I just walk up between both of them, put my hand on both their shoulders, and just heal them.
Three.
Okay.
Three of them.
The two that are fighting, I heal.
And they go, thank you, brother.
Pleasure. If you don't mind me asking, how the hell did you get on that ship, and what did you use to blow it up?
Oh boy, you would not believe. It was the craziest story. We had this thing. It was like, and then as it began to start, the killer head girl goes, perhaps in the morning. And they go, oh, no fun. Fine. Where is bedrooms?
At this, Mordeau steps in and goes, no, keep going. I want to hear how this ends.
Maybe not in the garage. Maybe we move to conference room.
Would you all mind terribly leaving so that I can concentrate on my work?
See, do not annoy him.
Who is this one? What is the toy he's playing with? My God! All three of these siblings like converge on the like beautiful machine you're polishing and go. Did you make this? Boy, you're talented.
I feel like Katalina and Locky at this point are like, no touchy! No,
Yeah, I think
not
like
touchy,
they're
no!
just like,
Perfect one for this one. Ready? I can make many things, especially if you touch this or wreck this in any way. Then I can make you sorry.
Oh, big man.
I think Locky's gonna like stumble over and just like kind of push between two and just like, no touchy! No!
Katalina will drunkenly slur as she's concocting remedies. You should listen to him. You touch and you will find you have no knees. Wait, fingers? Knees, both. I don't know, it's a bad idea. What?
Paging Catalina, please return to the planet and continue with your work. Thank you.
But him, I'm right here. Oh wait, I will come back to you. Wait, why? I didn't leave the planet.
You know what? Don't worry. I'll
Oh.
leave. And Ben just exits the room.
Okay.
How is it possible for an AI to get frustrated?
Time to give this. I go to Catalina. I grab her by the chin. I say, look at me. I say, your mother is alive.
She just like stares at you blankly for a solid like 10 seconds. She's just like doesn't know how to process.
I say, these
Okay.
people behind me, they saw her last week.
Okay. If I don't get this to Sparks, I will not be alive next week.
You won't be alive tomorrow, let alone next week.
Yeah, this.
I don't know what you've done, but it was stupid and
Okay.
funny.
It was so great. Wait, Locky, we need to get this to Sparks.
Okay.
Um,
And then he's just gonna turn to the guys and just be like,
Like,
Katalina rolled a
Iron-
10 for her
iron 'em
science,
off.
by the way.
okay, that is sufficient. Lucky, as you're doing the whole like eye contact thing as you're walking away, one of the guys like does that back to you while the other two like hold their hands out and each one conjures a pair of psychic knives and starts like menacingly sharpening one knife on the other knife.
Catalina turns and glares at them menacingly as well. In her drunken state, of course.
I
Probably
feel
not
like
that
at that,
intimidating.
Locky would like kind of stumble over the table and just like
Oh,
drunkenly
Knife.
swing up, pull up Vesuvius and go, eh.
I think Mordeau would walk over the guys with the knives and put his arm around both of them and go, "Easy, they're drunk and stupid. Come on, let's have a drink ourselves."
I resemble that remark.
hey, big guy. We love drunk and stupid. Our bread and butter is drunk and stupid.
Catalina at that will walk over to them and thrust the half-empty bottle of vodka in their face. Okay, go ahead, have fun. Take it, hurry up, I got to go. And she just like pulls Locky away.
Hey, free drinks! Okay, so Mordeau and the three boisterous lads, I feel like you might end up in like the cafeteria area, just like drinking, like talking smack, being ridiculous, like sharing war stories as the
More-
eating goes on.
More or less. The difference is I'm being way more amiable than Locky, but I know stealth gear when I see it. I know people who conjure psychic knives are generally people who conjure psychic knives for a reason. And I know that they're doing it because they're not in the most legal or ethical of professions. So I'm being friendly, but I'm definitely not relaxed.
Okay, they are very relaxed. These three guys, like, as you spend time with them, it's clear that they have a very, very close friendship and or like close family ties. Their names appear to be Andre, Marcus, and Lazarus. You would like hear these names as they're like chatting and bantering, and they're just like having a good time. Don't like if you're showing any signs of like being on your guard, even slightly, they don't care.
I
They're
think,
just
I think my persuasion is high enough that I could probably lie it away and act friendly
Yeah.
anyway.
like, and even if you were perceivably had shields up, they're happy. They have struck a blow against the Yakuten tyrants, and now is their time to celebrate. And that is exactly what they are doing.
Blood and loot.
So I take it you three are pretty lucky to be alive today.
Damn right we are. We were this close. This one blaster, yeah, that one blaster. Oh, it was like this. It was this open enough. If we had been half a second too late, it would have been closed. None of us could have got it. It was a so lucky. I threw my knife and bam, perfect shot.
The thing is if we had been half a second too late, I'm pretty sure it wouldn't have been us digging you out.
Ah, yes. We were monitoring the sensors, you know, the ones that was still working. We saw some gunfire. Impressive. It was you in the tree, Doc.
At that, he sort of momentarily looks a bit cold and just goes, "I killed 4 people for you today. That's a debt that gets repaid, okay?"
You killed four Yakutans for us today. That's a debt that lasts the rest of your life.
He just shrugs and immediately goes back to amiable upon hearing agreement. Good. All right, let's drink.
So that just continues on throughout the evening. The 3 other less boisterous people, you learn that the redhead woman, her name is Kisa, the like broad-shouldered blonde woman, her name is Nadia, and the slender, long-haired man's name is Sergey. And they seem a bit less prepared to be jovial, and are just like, okay, bed, please, and are happy to be like directed to bed chambers.
Yeah,
If anyone messages Pim to do this, he probably will, to take the load off some.
To do what?
If anyone messages Pim to help them to their rooms and get them situated, he will.
Yeah.
He
Actually,
does, act in that capacity generally. So
Fair enough. I feel like you might run into them on the way to the bedchamber. So, like, if Dimitri is guiding them towards the bedchambers, he probably left the door open in the meeting room and like see them pass by as you're like furiously working on stuff.
I'm basically profiling the guys at this point, trying to wheedle out as much information out of them about anything, everything illicit they've ever done, their commander, how the situation is, what they're good at, what their skills are. Pretty much just an interrogation disguised as drinking buddies.
Fair enough.
So that I don't do this sneakily anymore, so that people do know what Pim is doing out of character, I will say that at the moment he is using 4 different data slabs, and on each data slab he is doing one portion of an idea. He is currently studying nanotech, or maltech, specifically nanites.
Cool.
Okay.
And
So-
how it can be implemented in medical procedures.
Neat. Okay. So Dimitri, you can lead the other 3 to bedchambers, which they are very, very grateful to have, as they don't seem as wanting to party. They are perhaps a bit older than these young boys, and it's like, okay, that was rough. We're all sore and tired and hurt. Rest is what we need right now.
Are those 3 like 16?
17.
Okay.
We've
Creeping is the bottom of the veil. I understand.
you
There
know
is
how
only so many people on Harbona.
they're very talented, and young, just a bit inexperienced.
It is understandable. As long as they, well, obviously they can be well directed and they will follow orders, that is fine.
Indeed. You will get.
I just worry about. I will go check on them.
Oh, by all means. You will perhaps get to meet them more in earnest tomorrow, once they are hungover.
When they're more hungover, did you say?
Yes.
I would say at
Classic.
this point I've shifted from profiling them to gambling with them and trying to rip them off.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Roll me. What's a good skill for that? Wait. Roll me
Stealth,
gambling.
'cause I'm cheating.
There's a gambling skill.
Oh, is there?
Yeah, there is.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
Cool.
And if you're trying to like cheat, then roll me gambling with dex to kind of be like sleight of hand. You're trying to like stack the deck or do
Okay.
dodgy things.
Alice, can you roll that?
Oh, I can. Is that 2d6? Yes, it is. That's a question I knew the answer
Yep.
to. That was 4 on the dice. Sorry.
It's all good. I will roll for. Okay. Okay. They all notice. So like, there's this moment where you're like tactfully like shuffling and being like, yeah, this is fine, this is good, I got this. And then you look up and all 3 of them are like actively all making eye contact with you, and then the center one just leans forward, removes the deck from your grasp and starts shuffling it properly.
I just laugh and go, I'm wondering when you would notice that shit. I mean, it's been, look, from where I'm on, if you're not cheating, you're not playing properly.
Really? And where are you from?
Valhalla.
Valhalla! The ass end of the sector, very nice.
At that, I suddenly become a lot less amenable. Yeah, it can be like that. But you know, at least we're not in the middle of a civil war and watching our civilization fall to destruction around us. And I'm gonna get up and walk away from the table.
Oh.
He's
Yeah,
a
but-
spot.
So, Dimitri, you are like round the corner to see Mordeau stand up and walk away because
He looks pissed.
Yeah.
Problems with the kids?
Ah, they're just kids. Stupid. Don't keep their mouths shut when they probably should. I'll get over it. Look,
Is there something you wish to tell me about them, perhaps?
no, they're just young, dumb, and too eager to die.
Does that tell you something about Harbona at the moment?
I mean, it's like that in most of the galaxy at the moment, isn't it? Do you think I chose this job because I had other options? Do you think I enjoy killing people? Or
You
possibly
seem to have particular intensity about afterwards, perhaps?
being good at it is a necessity. It doesn't mean I want to be it.
You can change your path any time.
Easy to say for a priest. Anyway, Dimitri, have a good night. The kids are a little bit rowdy, but I assume they'll settle down once they finally pass out from the amount they're drinking.
Ah, you do not know the youth of Harbona. They could keep drinking all fucking night.
Oh, Catalina.
I mean, yeah, probably. I'm gonna take some time out. I'll be in my room for a bit.
Okay. Unless anybody has any other intentions this evening, I may cut to the morning just so that people are sober enough to think clearly.
Pim is
no,
still
Catalina
Catalina
is- Oh, sorry. Go,
Yeah,
Mikhail.
okay.
I said Pim would, and anyone who wakes up, whoever wakes up first, Pim will still be furiously typing away on 4 different data slabs.
Okay, sure.
Now you, Alice.
Catalina and is taking Locky so that they can go balm their friend.
Fair enough. So you like walk into the room with, or like walk into one of the bedrooms that has sparks inside it. He has his shirt off and is just like very unhappily scratching an armpit.
Catalina very, very sheepishly hands over the jar with the balm in it.
Like he looks up, sees this, raises an eyebrow.
Sparks, what do you know? Look, you know it looks like you have problem, and I just so happen to have this on hand, and I thought maybe you could use it. Yeah, okay.
He just like aggressively snatches it out of your hand, cracks it open, gives it a sniff to make sure it's not going to make it worse. And just goes like full mitt in and just like begins to lather it over his entire upper body. He's all like, oh, oh, oh. Get out of my room!
Catalina will be like, she's gonna drunkenly trot over here to him, give him a hug. I'm so sorry. Kiss him on the cheek, and then scamper out. Because she's
You, like-
in so much trouble. She knows
You-
she's in so much trouble.
You leave the embrace with like remnants of balm
All
on
over
your
her clothes.
on the front of your jacket because he was like aggressively lathering it on. So you're like, oh, okay, you're too drunk to care.
Yep.
How do you spend your evening then? Beyond this,
I feel like shortly after this, Catalina and Locky would probably end up just going to bed or passing out.
Yeah.
cool, fair enough.
They're like,
As Locky's leaving the room, he's just gonna be like finger guns. Completely oblivious of what he's done.
Anybody else?
I'm going to
Um,
tell the kids that they cannot have more than a bottle each.
Okay, so you come in, they see you and go, "Ah, brother, drink with us."
One.
One?
One
What
bottle.
are
Ah!
What are you, 50? Come on!
No, I'm not 50, but I need to have 3 head.
Okay, fine. One bottle each, because apparently we're taking it easy tonight for some reason.
Because you need to have 3 head tomorrow.
Oh, fine, you're right. I guess we have to, like, escape planet or lay low or whatever it is the plan is.
No, it is, Anyway, there is stuff.
Stuff?
But if you are
Let's
drunk,
go.
if you are drunk tomorrow when we explain what is going on, and you don't absorb, I will smash your heads together.
Here's to stuff, everybody! To stuff! Ah, they're like chasing their vodka bottles and just drinking, like, half paying attention to you.
Okay, kids.
And so, yeah, so eventually everybody except Pim finds their rest. And
I kind of actually
After-
have a funny feeling that Katalina and Locky both pass out in the gym.
okay,
I feel like that's probably most likely where they pass out.
Mm.
fair enough. Like,
Yeah, is that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
you return there after, like, pub crawling, but it's just wandering around the base for a while. And eventually just pass out there. Heck, I have too many assets. Can't upload this new picture.
Oh yeah, I was busy
Yeah.
making the monks while
That's
while
fine.
this was all going down.
I'll get rid of this one. It's not immediately relevant. So eventually, rest finds all of you, and you. The stage of,
Giant in the middle of the map.
I'm calibrating. Calm your butts.
That's Tony.
Multiply. And so you all find various degrees of rest, and after like over like an hour and a half in the morning, you all eventually come to consciousness and find yourselves knowing that there is a meeting to be had, and you converge in the meeting room to having done some kind of like morning routine, like shave, shower, breakfast, or any variations thereof.
Katalina wakes up in the gym a bit disoriented, blurry-eyed, and then sits straight up, probably nurses her head, and then bolts straight to Dimitri's room.
Okay, so you
Or rather stumbles.
you intercept him before the meeting.
The question is, what time everyone woke up, and is Charles at work today?
Hang on. Hang on. It's like the
6.
uh,
Dimitri gets up with the sun.
it's Wednesday, my dudes.
Mhm.
Alright, sorry.
So you would actually be going to work.
Yeah.
Unless you want to call in sick to have this meeting.
I only just started working there, so it's probably not a good idea to be like, "Hey, I'm sick."
Okay, so I'd say that you could like catch the party and be present for some of the meeting before you have to go to work.
Yeah.
Just for just for inclusivity's sake. So I'm going to say it's like 7 Katalina runs to find Dimitri. His room is empty, and she goes, "Oh, right, the garden," and then like leaves the base, goes up and out, and finds you admiring the sunrise. I expect. Or no?
I'm still here. I just have vacated my seat for a moment.
Oh, good.
Would I have anyone else with me?
Do
you think the others would have gotten up and gone, "Hey"?
Seeing if I actually catch a sight of any of my immediate crew, excluding Mordeau, because I don't know him well enough yet,
Mm-hmm.
probably start preparing food.
Cool. So I feel like Dimitri, you would be joined by all 6 of them, but it would be a bit bleary-eyed for 3 of them who are like probably have only had a few hours of sleep and are like, okay, yeah, we're here, it's all good. So you probably, in fact, you haven't had enough devout worshippers of your faith to form like a proper like
Circle.
circle in a while. So it's probably a good feeling to have like 7 people and like sit in a proper circle around one of the larger trees in this garden and just be. And
Mordeau would actually have sought out Dimitri, so I imagine he would have rocked up before this happened, because he would have got up pretty early to look for him. And he'd probably join in on it if offered.
I don't know what time Katalina wakes up, so that's up to you, Rory.
Katalina wakes up and goes outside looking and goes, "Oh my god," and then sits down in a circle.
Yeah.
No, she doesn't. She, like, drags you away.
No. You don't. Because you try, and I glare at you. I'm like, "Sit."
She very, very, very grumpily sits and glares at you furiously.
It can wait.
She'll join in, begrudgingly.
Mordeau, come. Join.
Yeah, alright. I was hoping to talk to you at some point, but fine.
It is... I don't do it when I'm alone as much as I should, but this is a morning ritual. We sit around a tree, we hold hands, and we share spirit.
Yeah, okay, cool. Mordeau sort of sits down cross-legged, straightens the bandages on his right arm, and then joins in.
Now 9 of you in this calming circle. 7 of you are all probably engaging some kind of prayer in Russian, either internally or externally, I would expect.
Possibly also a chant.
It's probably more a chant than a prayer, but yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Although it's kind of both if you think about it, but yeah.
Okay. And as the prayer and meditation comes to an end, Molly crawls out of your robes to Dimitri, knowing not to interrupt you, and just says in your head, "I like your new friends."
And I say back, "Duh, me too."
And like Katalina, you've done this enough times to know when it's over, and you're like, okay, now I can actually have a conversation with him. Catalina
just sits there and glares at Dimitri, making a point of her displeasure.
He's too happy.
You do have a comment on me like this, and you think I can be patient?
Well, I tried to talk to you last night, but you were too drunk.
That's not important. I'm listening now. What?
Talk to Kisa.
Who the is Kisa?
This person to my left.
Hello.
Also, who the fuck are you? What are you doing here?
Wow, you really were drunk last night.
These are the monks that we rescued from the space.
Oh,
We are all Harbonan.
Okay. Pleasure to meet you. Sorry, I'm an asshole. Oh, it's not important.
Huh?
Wait, hang on. My mother. Someone said something about my mother. She's alive?
She is alive.
Oh,
So
well,
not.
why did my father never tell me this?
It
Poor
is.
boy.
It is the nature by which she is alive that is a concern to him.
What do you mean by this? Wait, do I
Well-
need a drink first?
You've just finished a meditation. Now is perfect time. Your head is clear. We can explain.
Sure. Okay. Okay, I got this. Okay. Go. I'm ready. What do you have to tell me?
I suspect that you would know that your mother had spent quite a bit of time assisting the Zaza on Harbona,
Duh.
trying to get a better understanding of their culture, and became quite well practiced in their language.
Duh. This was her profession.
After you left, and the war began, her connection to the Zaza became all the more important, and so she began to spend more and more time with them, sometimes weeks at a time. At one point, she decided to have permanent cyberware implants installed to allow her to more easily communicate with them. Built-in antenna and scent receptors and an additional set of arms.
Okay, not seeing
Who-
anything out of character yet. I'm very still lost. What happened?
She was in an accident. There was some cyberware being worked on, very advanced, more VI armature than cyberware initially, attempting to replicate Zaza life. After the accident, those who were on hand trying to save her life very hastily incorporated the functions of this armature into her body.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
She is now mostly machine and appears to the untrained eye to look like a robotic Zaza.
Okay. Not so bad. Not so bad.
After she awoke from her surgeries, she left.
What
Could
do you
not-
mean she left?
She did not feel comfortable facing her husband, your father, in this form. She felt like she was not worthy of his love, having so much of her be removed. After a while, she calmed down and returned and spoke to some of our doctors, only to realize it's very difficult to remove such an extensive quantity of cyberware. Any attempts to remove them would risk her death, as multiple components are currently keeping her alive.
Okay.
So she feels unable to face her father, to face her husband. Your husband feels abandoned by her, and that although she is alive, she is lost.
Okay, it's fine. Everything's okay. It's all right. We can fix this. That's fine. Okay. Cool. It's okay. I just need to talk to Dr. Charles and get him
hang
down
on.
onto planet, and then he can fix everything. It's fine.
Catalina or Alice, how is Catalina really feeling right now?
Panicking.
She's panicking.
Okay.
That's what when she goes, it's fine, it's cool. She's panicking.
She's like justifying the situation. She's like, it could be so much worse. It's fine. Everything's totally fine. It's not fine. It's so not fine. Everything's not fine.
So-
Everything's a mess, but it's not as messy as it could be. I mean,
So-
it definitely is. But
So the tall, slender man, like as you can be like, it's fine. Like he stands up, walks towards you, and then you hear his voice in your mind, and he says, "It's going to be okay."
oh,
So
by the
just-
way, her hair is wild colors as well too.
Yeah, like
It's like
so-
wild,
so-
like orange and green, and
Mhm.
like, yeah.
You know, the clashy things like blue and red.
So the tall, slender, long-haired man like stands up, says to you psychically, "It's going to be okay," and like kneels down in front of you and just like embraces you.
She kind of like tenses. She's like, I don't know how to take this right now. She's like, okay. Thank you, I think.
My name is Sergey.
Is Locky up yet, by the way? Oh, sorry to interrupt.
Yeah, he would have been up as well.
And I can sense your panic.
That's fine. I live in constant state of panic these days. Have you heard about Annie? Fuck!
No, I have not explained the Annie situation yet. I thought it better to wait.
I'm also a licensed therapist. We may need to talk later.
Oh, it's fine. I have alcohol for this until I have time to deal with it. I don't have time to deal with it. I have too many things to deal with first.
We definitely need to talk later. And at this point, I feel like Pim walks out of the library with like a big wide like platters of food being shadowed by Locky, just like picking off sausages and bacon.
I was going to say, Locky. The only time he'd actually serve the food is when Locky gets there. It's like legit the only time he'd serve the food is when Locky's there.
Locky's chasing after you.
Now that Catalina's no longer one-track minded, she's actually going to sit back and chat with these people that are from her home and talk to them and find out about how home is going and what's going on and what's the current situation, where can they help, what can they do to make things better.
Okay.
I want to make a point that Pim serves Mordeau crepes. Crepes and churros with...
No, as you pass it to him, he says, crepes?
Indeed.
Nostalgic.
I figured it might be. It's one of the only things I can remember about Ferrara.
Yeah. Yeah. The food's not this good anymore, unfortunately.
No food is as good as mine.
He bites into it. You know what? Shit, you might be onto something there. And just keeps eating.
Well, I don't sleep. Lots of time to practice.
Yeah.
He's going to dish up tea with toast and jam and scones for Charles. He's going to serve up baklava and basic like pancakes for Catalina. For Dimitri, it's literally just a potato. No, I'm kidding.
Wow, thanks, man.
He gives him like the basic like toast with
Maybe like you give me potato, I plant a potato.
toast with like cooked vegetables, a little bit of meat, and for Locky it's just bacon, eggs, mushrooms, like a good old fry up.
Nice.
What's left of it after he's stolen it while you weren't watching?
Yeah, what's left? Because I knew he'd steal it from that plate because that was his plate.
So
I put something in the center for everyone else to kind of have a little bit and dish themselves up.
So what was going to be like a formalized like round table meeting has now turned into like a
Garden party?
like a lawn breakfast picnic. And
Sorry.
all good. And eventually, everybody, including Eva, Sparks, Ivan, and the librarian, also join you upstairs.
Sparks gets a piece of toast that is just way too burnt.
Rude. Catalina, when Sparks walks in, is gonna go over to him very sheepishly and like drag him aside, be like, I am so sorry. I was really, really drunk. I can't believe I even remember. I cannot tell you what I was thinking. I honestly think it was stupid. I don't know why I did it. I am so sorry. I'm so sorry. I think I was offended.
You can see that he has like red patches like like visible coming out of his collar and like on a few like places on his face. Your balm wasn't enough to soothe the itching, but probably wasn't enough to repair the damage dealt by him aggressively scratching at himself. So his skin is irritated by the scratching he did before you cured it, and he's still carrying that with him now. He's like,
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. You can hit me if you like. I'll take it.
You made me apologize to everybody
Duh.
when I wronged one of you.
And I wronged you, so I'm here to apologize. I am so sorry.
He like takes you, he grabs your wrist and like leads you towards the group and says, Catalina has something she would like to say to all of you.
She like looks at Sparks like, you asshole, but then she's like, fine. I am asshole idiot who got super duper drunk and maybe also put itchy powder all over Sparks' clothes. So, I'm really sorry. I'm an asshole and I won't do it again. Hopefully. I was really drunk. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry.
Mordeau's just snickering.
Pim's gonna lean over to Mordeau. What does itching feel like?
Yeah. Imagine like irritation that's not pain, but still unpleasant.
Oh, so Charles.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Oh.
I'm sorry, I couldn't help myself.
The burn!
Charles is just like sitting there, cross-legged on the grass, holding like tea with a sauce underneath, and was like about to take a sip, and he's like,
That's when all of a sudden a random stone just hits Pim in the head. Not hard, just enough to like go. Tung.
Yeah, Charles, actually, can you fix this? Mordeau pulls down his sleeve, and you can see there's some very badly done tattoo work on it.
What did you do?
I mean, not important. Look, can you just heal it up so I can stop being a pain in the ass?
It looks like you've tried to tattoo yourself with a barbed wire needle.
Hey, you know what? You've got a good eye, Pim.
I've dealt with similar things in the past.
You're a bit quiet, Mikhail.
I've dealt with similar issues in the past.
Yeah, look, it is a tattoo. Just patch it up, will ya?
Well, you're coming over here because I'm not getting up.
Yeah, fine. He sort of just like gets to his feet, comes over, dumps down on the table in front of you, his arm, and goes, "Just a quick one, yeah?"
I quickly get my bioscanner out to make sure he doesn't have any sort of infection.
sure.
I'm a tumor.
Roll me take medical.
Catalina's gonna make a quick glance at Sparks, be like, am I forgiven? I'm sorry.
You are on notice.
So 7 on the dice
Mhm.
and a +1. Yes. So 8.
I believe this is the first time that anyone has like bioscanned Mordeau.
Yeah.
So, Mordeau, can you message Dr. Charles the visible cyberware that a scan would reveal that you have inside you right now?
Oh shit. Oh, how much is visible?
It's okay. It's like, so you like sweep it over him, and you get several
Okay,
like cyberware pings going on inside him.
Yeah,
Sorry.
you just get an absolute mess of metal parts. Like you're actually kind of shocked how much bone has been replaced. There's a disturbing amount of his skin that is pinging with
At that point, I
electricity.
like start running the scanner up the arm to the rest of the body, and I'm just like,
Oh.
huh.
Yeah, look, yeah. Don't tell too many people, yeah? Sometimes I like my secrets.
as your doctor, I might need a list of these things so that if it does affect your health, I can fix it. But
Alright.
it doesn't seem that you have an infection, and I put my finger on his arm and heal it.
Yeah, you also note. So there's the tattoo is of 5 new tally marks, which you can probably guess why. And if you're looking at it, it's already getting pretty badly infected because it looks like the ink is mixed in with gunpowder.
At that point, I'm like, grab my bag, go through it, grab like a one of the antigen things.
Yep.
Load it into an injector. I'm like, you need a shot. And jab him in the arm with it.
I don't fucking like. Oh, fuck needles.
It's either that or in a week I cut off your arm.
Yeah.
Which would you prefer?
You got the replacement arm around?
No,
All right.
I
fine,
can
then
grow one
needle it-
back, but I've been told it's painful.
Needle it is.
Catalina will turn around and say, "It is fucking painful. Don't do
You're a
it."
different situation.
So, Dr. Charles, as you've applied your aid and just kind of like going back to your tea, you like casually glance down at the scanner, and you probably notice one more detail about Mordeau. He has a few signs of like child malnourishment. Like there is evidence that he probably would have been a larger, taller, more physically developed person if he had been properly nourished as a child.
Yeah, there's probably a bit of rickets in the forearm bone and deformation around the elbows and knees that have been badly.
Way to make me feel like shit, Rory.
I'm just telling you the facts.
Well, how did Christian end up so big?
Can I? So, can I just ask, what did Pim serve Catalina, by the way, for breakfast?
Baklava, pancakes, and I like basic coffee.
You notice she kind of like picks at it slightly and doesn't really seem to have an appetite for it.
Oh, good. I'm glad we got around to this.
Hmm.
And
Yes,
then
some-
she looks over at Locky's plate and says, "Can I have some?" Ash?
Sorry, didn't come through. What did you
Oh.
say?
Catalina looks at your plate and then goes, "Can I have some of this? A swap?"
Oh, please growl.
Lucky kind of just looks down, looks over, looks down again. Yeah, and just shifts the plate between us.
Thanks, I'm just not feeling it this morning.
I mean, while the getting's good, and Mordeau reaches over and grabs a handful of baklava too.
At that one, Lucky is just gonna. Oh wait, baklava, not the not the bacon, sorry.
Yeah.
So
No,
Catalina
he
just
will,
like
he will.
wafts down your sausage. Oh well, that sounds really bad.
Yes.
Dinner!
Leans over next to Locky
And
Places
wolfs
of
down his
hand.
sausage.
on his firm, warm, meaty shaft.
And then scarfs it.
I meant literally. She
I know.
Oh, literally. Oh, we were in
she
different
eats
rooms. It's too
the
hard.
sausage, the literal sausage, not the penis. Anyway.
Mine takes thine brassfaster!
Yeah, I think Mordeau, having come from probably not this sort of food, has pretty much eaten all of his and is now rudely just taking off other people's plates.
Yeah.
I mean, he put a really big extra serving in the center so that people could pick what they want.
And the monks have been like taking portions of that as well.
And Catalina, if anyone's paying attention, is like just gravitating towards all the meats and isn't touching anything else.
Damn, I.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah, I probably notice. I just look at you.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, Charles, this shit's pretty good. I mean, this would have taken like, I don't know, 3 weeks usually.
It's the joys of the powers that I have. Another thing that is interesting about your bioscan, you have some issues that I might be able to help with.
Oh? He sort of sounds curious from his voice, but he's not actually paying attention. He's sort of, yeah. He's just still wolfing down food. What are we talking?
I take it your childhood food wasn't as freely available as it is here.
I mean, and he picks up your plate and starts eating off that.
Did Pim hear that?
Probably.
You'll notice that Pim stops, kind of looks down, and goes back to the kitchen.
Oh.
Hey,
Look.
Beam,
Yes.
if you're coming back, can you bring the cream?
Episode 69.
I love me some robot cream. It is.
All right. Yeah.
Pim,
Cream.
put down the hammer and back away from the fourth wall, please. I beg of you.
Never. Very
I mean,
well. I will whip up some cream.
it's not that food was like that scarce. It's just like it wasn't really always food. You know, like sometimes you get some grass, some leaves, you make it into a patty, you fry it in fat for a bit. It's not too bad.
Oh, you had fat? Oh, you had it easy.
Yes, well, because of your diet, well, when you were younger, you've got some
Bone
defects
deformations?
in your
Yeah,
bones.
that's pretty much the thing.
I can fix that.
Wait, what? You fix it? How?
My hands.
That's gonna fucking hurt, isn't it?
Oh, yes.
All his treatments are pretty painful. At least the ones that I've received. But they're
Again,
effective.
you're
They're
in a different situation.
They're effective. They're effective. They're effective. I'm still recovering, but they're effective.
Remember that time you didn't have eyes?
Yeah, I also remember that time where I didn't have a body. So, you know,
Well,
I'm grateful.
fixed it, didn't it?
I'm grateful.
I'll fix
I'm
that
just
for you.
saying it was rather painful.
I imagine it would have been.
It
We had to kill you.
Yeah. Costa de nuestro pecados. Yeah, alright. If you gotta, I suppose it'll be
I don't
easier.
have to do anything. It's up to you.
Well,
Hey,
I mean,
Charles. Do you remember that time that you were like a broken bag of chips?
Oh, I remember. I'm not going to keep talking.
sure, why not? If you've got time.
I'm not sure how long the procedure would take. But I'll do it when I get back from work tonight.
Yeah, alright, sounds good. I'm gonna hang out for Dimitri for a bit today, so if I'm still with him, don't bother me too much, yeah?
Will do. But looking at the time, it's probably about time I leave.
Is there perhaps time for us to complete our debrief? Says one of the monks.
We can
Let's do
get Charles up
recording.
to date later.
No, we will record session and Charles can listen to later. Take minutes, you know.
Okay.
Depends on how long it will take.
It shouldn't take too long. It depends very much on what it is that you all wish to know about what happened.
How? Why? What did you use?
Well, like at this point, three boys kind of pipe up and go, "We use the ammunitions." Oh my god, those idiots carrying guns with ammo. I mean, why not just use energy weapons? Far less dangerous to be able to be sabotaged by clever people coming on board.
See, someone else who also understands. This is why I only use energy weapon. We need to have
So you
conflict.
don't have energy, and then how does it work?
What do you
I
mean?
mean-
I always have energy. That's what the mods are for.
It is fine on small scale, like handgun or a rifle or something. But if you're going big, don't have like a flippin' like hold full of baby-sized nukes. We're just going to set them off.
I mean, he's got a point. We've blown things up before. It's not hard.
No, we haven't.
Yes, we have. There was the space station. There was the space elevator, and that time
There is
where
the
we
car.
the car. We don't talk about the car. And then there was the time we set off a really big EMP, and half a space station went down. You know, like shit happens.
Kisa is just like mouth half full and is all like, "Gosh, that's a lot of blowing things up."
Okay, look, it was all circumstantial. Not technically our fault in most of those cases.
The biggest problem was that most of it was not here.
That's true. Actually, very true. None of it was here. Oh, wait, no, I take it back. There was one explosion here. We don't talk about that either.
There was also like a weird flying craft fell out of sky, and like, some random people got shot by a railgun from somewhere.
What?
That poor janitor.
And at this point, Pim comes back up from the kitchen, hands cream to Dimitri, hands an extra serving of like a bit of everything to Mordeau, and then just goes back downstairs.
Catalina's still eating sausages.
Fucking hey, Roy.
Got all the good stuff. So
I'm not drinking the cream. I'm actually dipping fruit in it, but I could be drinking cream.
So, Kinkisa, who continues on with the debrief, says, "We were sent on a mission to deal with some of the mercenaries who were assisting the Yakutan forces. As they are less ingratiated in the command structure, they seem to be a softer target, and so we were able to sneak past their defenses with some phony transponder codes. Once aboard their ship, we dispatched their initial guard as best we could, and then made our way towards the objective. Then, like, Nadia over here pulled us back to our shuttle, and we were able to pull away before the ship fully exploded.
So, question: are you the only team that Harbona has capable of this?
Are you
Yes.
the only team here?
Both, yes. We are a relatively newly formed division. All six of us have been training for a long time for this, but we've only been given the chance to properly show our skills very recently.
Do you have a way to get home? Or was this a one-way trip?
It was temporarily a one-way trip. We were given a variety of orders. If the circumstance allowed us to leave and return to Harbona, we would. If the circumstance forced us to return to Yakuta, to land on Yakuta, then we would. And then
Do
we'll
you
await further orders.
do you need to contact Harbona to ask for further orders, or have you been given somewhat free rein to just to make trouble?
Nothing so unstructured. We have orders to lay low and await further instructions for the time being as the heat dies down.
Catalina's like just sort of for a second they're rubbing her forehead like a little bit stressed out. Do you guys realize just how risky what you just did was? Do you realize how slim a chance it was that you would succeed? That
No, we
you-
practiced like half a dozen times on the simulator.
Duh. Everything up until the point you land on this planet was seamlessly perfect. What were you going to do once you got here? You didn't even know that there was a resistance here fighting.
We knew that there was someone friendly.
Did you have a name for this person?
Yes, his name is Dimitri.
Damn it. But you did not know I was here.
Yes, we did.
Well, our presence was kind of announced, Dimitri, when we kind of, you know.
We called you. Remember? The Salma Day hotline.
It was very odd.
It's meant to be.
You know, if we hadn't have found you first, you would probably all be either imprisoned with your minds wiped and
I mean, bygones
extracted
be,
and then wiped somehow.
I mean, bygones be bygones,
Yes.
as he's stuffing his face, finishing off the second plate and taking someone else's. They got here, they're here now, I don't know, owe
I-
us one as far as I'm concerned. So
I-
if they owe us one, you keep the
Okay.
people who owe you debts around, right?
I am just appreciating how very rare this opportunity is for all of us. That this has even happened. I am actually a little bit mind blown at the sheer coincidence of this fortune. I'm sorry, I don't know about you, but this is like... I don't have good luck come my way very often. Not for over 5 years. So... I am a little bit shocked.
Happily overwhelmed. Excellent. Okay, this is the situation here. To a point. We have caused some problems. Locky and Katalina are slightly wanted by the authorities.
More than slightly, but
We lost one of our friends or teammates and found another one. But Catalina's sister is here.
she is.
And it is our current plan to extract her.
Would it be pertinent for all of us to lay down our relevant skills on the table and be open and forthright? I don't know
Ye-
what you plan to do here, but this place is the safest place for you, and I would recommend very highly working with them. Ava,
You look
sorry, I was saying.
Name them, like introduce them, like
Yeah, like-
this is Sparks, etc.
I'll say
like
Ava is in charge. She is your number one. She is amazing beyond all amazement. Then you have Ivan, second in command. He is disguises, fighting, on the field. He's amazing too. And then you have Sparks. Everything behind the screen, he can do it. No questions asked. Lots of questions asked. But he does it anyway. Incredible. These three are the leaders here to make so much happen. And they have an amazing crew about them helping them out. I think you guys could really help each other. I'm sorry, I don't actually know your names. I was too
They-
drunk last night. So, you know, I know you're Kita and you're you're a therapist.
Okay,
I'm Kima.
okay.
Oh, Kita.
Kisa, sorry, my apology. It is Kisa.
Oh, sorry.
Uh,
Names are
so-
not my forte.
Oh, Katarina.
Does anyone else want some food before I head
Uh,
back to the kitchen and begin cleaning up?
Yo, another round.
I was gonna say,
kid.
Lucky's
You
just
know
like,
what?
More meat, more meat.
I could go for a steak. That would be really good. Do we have steak? I could
Are
really
you
use a steak.
iron?
What?
Are you low on metallic iron?
Yeah, my implant looks like it might need a refill, but just really craving
Meat.
steak.
You want meat?
Duh.
Very well, I'll cook up a steak. Does anyone else want something less strange?
I mean,
What's so strange
whatever
about
the shit you want to cook, I'll eat it.
All 6 monks kind of like glance back and forth and say, how about a really big bowl of fruit salad?
Very well. If I remember correctly, your names are Sergei, Risa, Marcus, Andre, Lazarus, and one more. Maybe forgetting.
I am Nadia, says the tall woman.
Ah, yes, Nadia. Very well, I will get a fruit salad.
Thank you.
And he heads back down into the kitchen, kind of shaking his head. Another, they say. Another I shall get.
Thank you,
I-
Pim!
So, kind of to continue on with the whole introduction thing, the like tall blonde woman with the buzz cut says, yes, so, hi, I'm Nadia. The 3 boys go, hi, Nadia, and giggle.
I feel like Catalina throws something at them. Just something small, like a sausage, maybe. But she
Get
also
sausaged.
giggles with them. She's
Mhm.
not above their level.
I imagine Mordeau would look at you throwing food and for a second double take, like, what the fuck are you doing?
I don't think Catalina would notice, unfortunately.
I would glare at these boys with a
Hmm.
small sausage and
So, Nadia says, I am as combat proficient as one can be. I can teleport and I can heal people.
teleport, like personal teleport.
I can teleport myself and others.
Oh, that is awesome.
It is how we get in and out of places. Around to Kisa, she says, hello, once again, I am Kisa. I am able to fight, as one might. I am also able to see into the future and sense other psychics around me.
As they're saying that, Locky's gonna get up and go to help Pim in the kitchen, just mumbling to himself, "Oh, bloody space magic! God damn it!"
It's like, no, none of this. It
Or
gets
you look to
around,
himself, it's like, oh my god, it's another one of those fucking like future seeing bitches.
When you come in, by the way, you will notice that Pim is dancing as he's cooking, spots you and just kind of stops.
What kind of dance?
It's the stripper sexy dance.
That's the only dance in his routine.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it's these subroutines.
And he just stops and he kind of looks at you and goes, you realize now I have to kill you.
I think Locky's like still slightly inebriated from last night, so he kind of just stares for a moment and then just does.
He gets back to cooking.
with backup dancer Locky behind. Okay. Around to the slender man. He says, hello,
Slenderman?
I am
Slender Man.
Sergey. I am able to read minds and move things with my mind. And I am quite a gifted infiltrator. And finally, we get around to the 3 boys who like get a bit silly, or more so than usual, and strike like Team Rocket intro-esque dramatic poses and go all like, Andre, Marcus, Sergey, we kick ass!
You mean
We are
Lazarus?
the Ginyu Force,
Wait,
apparently.
what are they?
Lazarus.
Andre.
Andre, Marcus, and Lazarus. And they go, we kick ass! with magic space weapons, and like all three of them like conjure psychic AK-47s and like start dramatically posing them.
Catalina like pulls out hers and goes shink. We should do it later. Shunk.
Oh.
Might be
You
fun.
Doesn't take long to fry up the food and bring it up.
Yep. You are back up with even more food. And it seems that these three boys are like brandishing large, partially transparent guns, being all like, yeah.
I suppose it's only fair that we share too. I am Mordeau. I am an infiltrator sniper, and I'm loaded with more cyberware than you can possibly dream of. The big one's Locky. He's effectively a brick shithouse in every form.
He also makes some good tech.
Yep. Katalina, not the brightest, loyal
Hey,
as all
rude!
hell.
I am actually very intelligent.
She's right here, man. She's right here.
Dude!
Yeah, but Mordeau just starts.
Slam the food down in front of Thomas and
I'm
kind of
pretty
just.
sure I have more education here than anyone except maybe Charles.
Mordeau starts listing off like personality quirks, flaws, everything, and it's too deep. Like, it's actually concerning just how much he knows about you guys and how badly he's profiled you. Dr. Charles, he worked here, he worked there, he did a little stint here. I think he nearly went to prison on this planet. Oh, yeah, he's currently running under an alias where he got drunk and, I don't know, something really fucking weird. Anyway, he's a skilled biopsionics and able to pretty much analyze most situations and get shit out of it.
Oh, thank you. Not to mention me, please.
Yeah, we're good. And that's Pim.
Hello.
Him is our companion. We'll leave it at that for now. He can decide how much he wishes to tell.
Kisa kind of looks up at you, Pim, and goes, "It's okay."
And I'm like, and this is Molly. Molly, would you like to introduce yourself?
Sergey says, "Oh, that's who I was talking to last night. Oh, so chatty."
She is very, very vocal.
And
Also
Molly
very
goes,
fond of hiding places and playing games, especially ones that involve hiding places. We had a really good adventure together. I'm not sure how long it was, but it was fun.
Molly goes, "Hi!" and like jumps from your hands, Dimitri, scuttles up to the side of like the big bowl of fruit salad, and just like gets a piece.
Would you like me to prepare you some food yourself? I don't know if the other people here would like to eat fruit that has been touched by mandibles.
I mean, pass it on, I'll take it. And I just sort of like kindly but firmly shove Molly to the side and start eating whatever she was eating.
You hear kind of like the almost too perfect sound of a cat hissing in your brain, and like her normally like slightly droopy antenna go bang and get like fully stiff and upright as you do this.
You hungry too, buddy?
Yes.
All right.
Like she like jumps back, like she jumps bodily into the fruit salad bowl and just starts eating.
All right, my bad. I guess that's yours. And he just starts on something else.
Okay. At this point, Kisa says, "So, you have impressive team of highly qualified and elite individuals."
Oh, yes. This is Katalina Sokolov from Harbonans. She shoots things and makes things and blows up other things.
I can do more than that.
Are we doing introductions again? Because I want to change my name.
Oh,
Sure.
what are we going with, Pim?
Stanley.
Right, he's Stanley.
Hmm.
And I just basically stare at the person, at the leader of whoever it is, because I assume we've worked out who's the leader at this point. I basically
It's
like,
Kisa.
he's Stanley.
Kisa says, "Of course, Stanley. Nice to meet you." She doesn't miss a beat.
It's not as fun as I thought it would be.
So,
Maybe you know who I am.
technically, I guess you know who I am. I suppose you've heard of the Sokolovs.
We have heard of the Sokolovs.
Duh.
I am sorry for your loss.
That's fine. She like very awkwardly dodges that sideways.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Kisa just carries on and says, "So, you are clearly here for a purpose. It sounds as though the purpose is to mess things up in a dangerous way for Yakuto.
not
I
yet.
wouldn't say that.
Not yet.
What is the nearest phase of your plan in regards to
Okay.
what is most recently actionable?"
Let me just put one thing straight first. We had many plans until we got here and discovered that my sister was here. And her memories and personality had been wiped and replaced with false one. So the first goal is to get her back and restore her to her original self.
The main,
I
if I interject, the main goal, based on what I have managed to accumulate, is that we are to defeat or suppress the Yakutan military and government without harming any innocents.
This would be ideal, I don't give a fuck for this government here. They are cultivating something that is... It's not fair on anyone. Even the people here who live here don't deserve to live under this falseness. But they don't know any different, and they are innocent. They don't understand that they are being brainwashed through... well...
Propaganda for the most part.
No, it's gaslighting. They don't know anything.
I believe the term is political indoctrination.
Gaslighting works too. Okay.
I mean, they've got food, they've got money, they've got the society. I think you think too kindly and worry too much.
I think that we just want to stop them from branching out from their own planet for now. That would be nice, so they could leave us the fucker alone. And if they learn a lesson or two along the way, great.
Where is your sister?
She is living with a
Hang on. She is here,
minister.
and she'll pull up a map.
Sure.
She'll set the hologram screen up and pull up the map and of the city, and she'll be like, okay, this is the city, this is where we are. She's over there in this home here. Blow it up to that house and be like, okay, we have blueprints for this location, but for now, this is location. This is where she is. She's living there, as far as we know, is very guarded. There is underground facility, no real maps there, and it goes from there. What else do you need to know?
They sit there patiently, take it all in, internalize all the information. They go, "No, it seems you've done a lot of homework yourself. This is very impressive work."
That's only top of the iceberg. There is plenty more, but for now, is not pertinent.
Of course. We are in a bit of an unusual situation in regards to assisting you. We would like to very much, as that would be beneficial to all involved. However, we are hesitant about committing ourselves to a fight on this front without orders, as we are deemed an elite tactical force, and we need to respect command. And
you notice Kamini get visibly agitated at this, but she doesn't say anything.
Did you have some way to communicate with Harbonans? Or were you going to magically find something when you got here?
We have our methods of communication. It will take us a few days to receive a clear two-way line of communication to potentially receive orders. But until then, yeah.
During this, Mordeau will actually kick Katalina under the table, wink at her, and then wait for Kisa to finish the sentence before saying anything.
Catalina looks at him a bit confused before looking back at Kisa.
Look at him confused too, because where the fuck did the table come from?
Yeah.
Oh, we're not around the table.
No, we are
Just sitting on the grass.
Spots this is just like, oh, fucking fight. Just runs up and drop kicks Thomas. No.
So Kisa says, I think helping you would be in our best interests, but if we commit to assisting you and we are pulled away, we might draw unnecessary attention. It's possible that we will be assigned to a different mission on this planet.
I just go, so tell me, Kisa, you're in charge, yeah?
Yes, I am.
I mean, let's say you've been given a mission, because I mean, you know, we all given missions at times, how it goes, upper brass, being dickheads, want someone killed, want you to commit propaganda, you know, general bullshit, something's happening, and things go south, and you have to adapt. How much freedom do you have in adapting?
We do what must be done to operate within the parameters of the mission.
Have you ever had to survive?
And then, say something occurs in the mission and you get pulled out of a situation by allies who put their own lives at risk in turn for you. And you know, they've got something that they can sort of need some help on. And like, if you did help them, they'd probably be more amiable to your cause. So you'd effectively doubled your forces, wouldn't you?
They don't know the answer because this is like the first mission.
They are not seasoned.
He's laying it on very, very thick and intentionally appealing to their
patriotism.
To their lack of experience.
Catalina's
and
just gonna
to the fact that you need to adapt in every mission. This is just another point that you're adapting. I mean, don't be too stickler with the rules. It's just sort of how it goes. Sometimes things go this way and you need to adapt and move on and do what feels good in the situation. Sometimes it's just about doing what feels right, you know?
Catalina turns to Kisa and asks her, have you ever had to survive? Truly survive? No orders. Just survive.
I actually have. Did they give her a rank?
Her rank is sister.
No, I mean, not so much rank in the religious order, but like in the military order.
No.
Chris wants to know if he can try and persuade them to.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, just there's a lot going on at once.
A lot of conversation all at once.
Yeah, I was taking it one way, but frankly, you guys have blown the persuasion attempt
I mean, not necessarily.
anyway. So
Catalina only asked a question. She was curious to know.
I was actually thinking, like, if you've got a military rank higher than her.
Yeah, but no, I was pushing it in one direction that you guys weren't aware of, and then you derailed it off in another direction. So it doesn't actually fit with how I was trying to push the persuasion. So
it's all good. Don't discount your efforts. I'm keeping mental track of everything that's going on. At this point, Pim emerges up the stairs with a pint glass of protein shake.
And plops it on the table in front of Locky. Did I miss something?
A lot.
He kind of just leans into Locky. Is there a problem?
No problem. He's just gonna sit there and start sculling the shake.
Um,
I'm just gonna watch him and go, mind if I try that?
If you would like one, just ask for one.
Yeah, I'd like one.
So, yeah, so this like a minor side exchange is occurring. Catalina, you've leaned in and are like, have you ever had to survive to Kisa? And she says, what are you insinuating, Catalina?
I'm just curious. I don't know what the situation has been on Harbona for the last 5 years. I've been stuck here. Well, I was stuck here. Then I left and I've come back. Have you
Things have been
been in a situation where there are no orders? There is only you and surviving, or not surviving.
yes.
So you know that not everything goes according to plan. You know that it's impossible to stick to a plan and expect that it will go smoothly. No matter how much you can see forward into the future, there is always something unpredictable.
I've been in your shoes, Catalina. I've traveled far across Harbona. I was in a very dangerous set of circumstances myself from a very young age. She like leans back and like pulls up a portion of her robe and like snaps open one of the like portions of her armor that covers a thigh, and there's like a very obvious sign of like the unpleasant scar tissue on her leg. It seems like she was impaled by something very large. She says, I've been through my share of atrocities, Catalina. Don't think it's been happy joy at home.
I wouldn't imagine it was. I just wanted to know if you could empathize. So you know what it's
course.
like to be helpless.
I was
Hopeless.
alone and without guidance for a long time. I didn't know how to use my gifts. I was at risk of losing myself, but I was found. I was given structure and guidance, and that's helped me to see a clear path forwards.
Okay. And I can understand that too. That is why I am here with these people. Ava, Sparks, Ivan, they saved me and gave me a place. But even I know that you can't always just wait for orders. And I also know that some priorities come first before orders. Much to the grief of Ava here.
She looks over, sees the expression on Ava's face, which is that of like, yeah, okay. And then she looks back at you, Catalina. Looks at Mordeau, who at this point is like, probably like...
I'm only just now bringing up his protein.
Yeah. So at this point, Mordeau is like turning around to Pim and going, ooh, and then realizing that Kisa is staring at him. Can both Catalina and Mordeau roll me persuasion checks with charisma?
So what's the going consensus?
That's a 9 for me. Chris, you there?
Yeah, it's a 12, but at this point I'm only assisting, so take your 9.
We're making persuasion for our own separate parts of the conversation.
I wouldn't call this like one person doing it and one assisting. You both have made your own distinct points, so it's you've made your own separate roles.
The last thing that Catalina will say to them is, I don't want to ask you to not follow orders. I only ask that you don't let your orders risk and jeopardize what we are trying to accomplish, and instead we work together to help us achieve what we each need. Because on the end of the day, we're on your side. But we'd like to know that you're on ours too.
I mean, frankly, I don't give a fuck for orders either way, but you guys owe us one. I killed 4 people for you. You can at least start returning the favor.
From what I can extrapolate from this situation, the new members here are unable to commit to any actions. Am I correct?
Duh.
We are currently lacking in orders.
So if you
We were told to sit tight and stay out of trouble, I believe.
I mean,
Were the specific words from the commander. But if you can guarantee us that our assistance to your cause will not jeopardize our subtlety, we may be able to lend our aid.
I mean, the safest place to be would be with the people who rescued you, right? And if those people just happen to be walking into a dangerous area, the safest place would be to follow them, right?
We can assist you until we receive orders. If those orders are to remain on the planet and operate, then we can assist you further. But if our orders are to leave, then we have no choice.
I must admit, I dislike all this red tape. The definition of elite is a select group that is superior in terms of ability or qualities than the rest of the group or society. In this case, you are demonstrating neither abilities or qualities for any group. It's very hard to call yourself elite when you don't even fit the definition.
Pim, it is sometimes hard to be...
That is Stanley.
Oh, sorry. Stanley.
Call me Pim.
Sometimes it is hard to be the first of a kind. It doesn't always come with a neat packaged bow on top. So I can understand.
Somebody who spent a lot of time in what would be considered a horrible place.
Mordeau, would you have us take what you have told us and appeal to command to have our orders be to stay and help you?
I mean, I don't particularly think that command needs to know anything about this, do you? All you're doing is laying low on the planet. You're just staying where it's safest, right under my gaze.
I think it is not a bad idea to ask permission if you can. But getting a line out of Yakuta is going to be very hard. And
when push comes of shift with the weight.
We will spare the more strenuous details, as broadcasts like this can't really go into details, but I like your plan. I feel like this government official has his fingers in many pies. If we can...
He's a fucking asshole and he should die. But you know what? I'd like to save and restore my sister first. So... And I'm not the fondest person of killing unless necessary.
He is more useful to us alive.
Unfortunately. Although... I guess Molly could. No, we should not. Dimitri, make sure I am not bad influence to Molly. I can feel myself being a little bit angry.
Grr.
She pats Molly on the head. You stay cute, Molly. You stay cute.
He's
I'm expecting Molly to grow bigger soon. Maybe not so cute then.
She will always be cute.
So Kisa chimes in and says, so you want us to say to command that we are suggesting that we continue to lay low and not give us any details as to why?
I think you can tell them you found friends.
Yet, just tell command you were assisting rebel forces on your...
No, simple. You have found friends to help, but they request a hand first.
If no one else is eating, I'm going to go now.
Pim, you won't join us?
Possess a stomach.
Okay.
He what now? Says Marcus.
Shh. Pim just heads back down the stairs.
Oh no, she said Pim. She wasn't talking to Stanley. And I just stare at her, stare her in the eyes.
Well, so for now, I will wait and see how our time goes with you here. But when we are able to talk to them, I will do my best to go to bat for you. It seems like this is a valuable cause, and that you need potential help.
There is two representatives of Harbonans' greatest families here.
That is a good point. Perhaps we can get your father Katalina and your grandfather Dimitri on the line and have a more in-depth conversation.
I have not received word back from the last message I sent him, but maybe he just never got it. So, yeah, we can try. The last message I got from him was to stay away from it all. And the last message I said to him was essentially, I'm sorry I can't do that. So I'm not sure how he feels about this.
Regardless, I think we can help each other. The extent of this is up for debate, but I'm prepared to call this somewhat settled. Are you in agreement that we will assist you to the best of our abilities?
That is all we can ask, I suppose. What does
Alright.
everyone else think, no?
I think Providence has dropped these people in our lap. It's a good time.
Okay.
Much as I'm, it is the will of the divine.
Hey, doctor, you're gonna be late for work if you don't get going.
Yes. I shall leave. I shall see you all later tonight.
Okay.
Time
Just
to
tell
go.
them, there's traffic or roadblocks or something. They'll understand.
I'm sure there will be. You remember there was a ship blown up in orbit yesterday. It will probably be quite difficult to get to work.
I don't know
considering
what
where I
you're
work.
talking about. I don't see any blown up ships in the sky today.
We don't know nothing. It wasn't on the news.
It was nice to meet you, brother. Says.
It's nice to meet all of you as well.
yeah.
I will see you all later, I guess.
They all wave goodbye fondly as you leave. They do all seem very prepared to be more familiar with you than everybody else.
Finally, psychics that aren't fucking crazy and trying to kill us.
Hey, Molly doesn't try and kill you.
Which of the people here, of the newcomers, look the oldest?
The oldest is probably
Nadia?
Sergey.
Pardon?
Huh?
Sergey?
Sergey.
The therapist.
Yes.
He's if you were to guess and put an age on him, do you think he's like 25?
So the one the closest to Catalina's age, in fact. Catalina's a bit younger than that, though, I think. No, she's about that age, actually.
I was going to say, I didn't put myself as very old because I was not much older than Catalina, so.
You were a couple or 2 or 3 years older, because that's how old her brother was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, with some kind of an accord struck, at least for now, meals are continued to be had.
At some point, Catalina will pull Sergio aside to have a conversation.
Okay. As everybody is like meandering downstairs into the base to decompress and
Actually, he probably notices that she wants to talk to him and pulls her aside himself. Let's be honest, he can read minds.
yeah, I mean, he probably just like senses a certain amount of anxious energy near the surface of your mind in relation to him. So when people are like petering downstairs back through the library, he probably like stands in front of you and says, "Yes."
Did you know my family before all of this?
I knew of your family. As I'm sure you know, is quite small community.
I know, but how was my sister before she was taken?
I believe I saw your sister on campus a few times.
So she.
We both
I'm sorry. Keep going.
we both train in certain amounts of medical profession. She trained as nurse. I train as psychiatrist.
I knew it. I knew it. She was always suited to help people.
Yeah,
Not like
I
me.
think. No?
No, I am very bad at many things. Or very good at many bad things. I'm not sure.
What are you doing here? Your friend Mordeau all make very compelling cases as to why we should stay and help you. I feel like you and your sister help, but in very different ways.
I am
And
much better with technology, I guess.
of course,
Fighting is simple.
you heard the tale about your mother. She is in a much better state than she would be if for lack of technology.
I am grateful that she was on Harbonans. I'm not sure if anyone else could have already had something prepared like this.
It was a prototype.
I know, but it seems very fitting that she would. I don't know, it just somehow seems like her. And I wasn't joking. I think Dr. Charles might be able to fix her.
Nadia tried.
No, I mean, seriously, he could probably regrow her over some time. I don't know, I have to talk to him. He has saved my life multiple times. And I mean, I was dead.
Oh?
Twice. Now, actually. Once was a stupid mistake for me. Was just reaction to take off my helmet in vac suit. I forgot that the temperature outside was beyond any temperature anyone could survive. So I guess I melted. I'm not really sure how I was saved. I just wake up in machine with long story short, I was looking like this. And she like gestures to her skin. But this was first time and second time. Long story, but let's just say that when you're made of biometal, malware finds it really nice to make cozy home with nanobites inside you. It's great. So the only way to get rid of them was to kill the body and bring it back.
May I be frank with you, Katalina?
Duh. Am I going to
You-
like what you have to say?
Probably not, but it's not my job to say things you will like. You have been through a lot. Like, a lot. You've experienced, honestly, breathtaking amounts of stress.
She just laughs. What does it matter? I'm still here, and I've accomplished nothing. So I just keep moving forward to try and aim to achieve my goals. I only have a very small few.
Katalina, that is not a very healthy approach to what you're doing here. I strongly advise that you spend at least some time in self-reflection and think not about what you're doing and how you're going to do it, but why you're going to do it and what your life will look like once it's done.
I know why I do it.
And what after?
What after? It doesn't matter. As long as I achieve what I look for. That's all that matters.
I think it does, Katalina.
If you don't hope for the future, you can't be disappointed. I've
Mm.
met with much disappointment, and I don't know if I could take much more. So I just try my best to keep going forward.
If you don't hope for the future, then you only have one hand on the wheel of what it looks like.
That's okay. I just hope that life is better for everyone else. I'm not so important. I'd rather help everyone else be where they want to be and make their lives better.
Okay.
Is okay.
Alice,
Mhm.
does Catalina believe what she is saying right now?
Sadly, yes, she 100% believes that in the end, as long as she can save everyone, if she no longer exists anymore, it's irrelevant. That's the point she's gotten to. She doesn't even hope for a family reunion anymore, she just wants to save them all. And he would
Do you, like-
100% sense that from her.
Mm-hmm. Like, getting this vibe from you, he like just says, "Dearie me, you really do feel with your whole heart, don't you?"
Without heart, what would I have left to fight for? It keeps me going.
I may not be able to speak for all of my friends, but I need to be able to get this weight off your shoulders. I will fight with you, Catalina.
I just want to save my sister. After that, I will do anything to help alleviate the pains of Harbona. I don't care how.
I will help you, as you deserve to look forward to a brighter future than this one.
I will hope one day when I can see a sparkle of sunshine in the distance. Until then, I will just live in the moment.
I will do my best to help you find it.
We
Now,
shall
if you excuse me, I have to poop.
And she like hands up and goes, okay, I want to get between the man and his toilet trip. Have fun. And she like laughs but backs up and walks away.
He proceeds downstairs with everybody else and leaves you alone in the garden.
Or not, because as far as I know, Mordeau and I are still there.
Oh yeah, I mean, if you were just staying behind them, then sure thing. What were the two of you doing while this conversation was happening?
I wish to speak to me. Mordeau, are you done stuffing your face?
Chris.
You know, like, food is plentiful here. You don't have to scarf it all the time.
Chris, you're muted.
Oh, sorry, I thought I said I wasn't. I just said, yeah, I did want to talk to Dimitri, but it's probably a bit late. That said, to your last comment, I mean, yes, sure, food is plentiful at the moment, right until you get shot in the gut and you can't eat again. Might as well eat now.
You know what happens when you get shot in the gut, yes?
Yeah, I've seen it a few times. Then he just keeps eating.
Where are you putting... Do you have hollow legs or some, like... Is that part of your cyberware, that you can store food in your legs?
You know, honestly, I'm starting to feel a bit sick. Maybe I should. And he just gets up and leaves.
Okay. I pick up Molly out of the bowl.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Molly, you are so sticky.
I feel great.
You feel sticky to me.
Nom, 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 nom.
Put it back on the grass and, like, pick up a jug of water or something.
Mm-hmm.
And...
Yeah, she like has it dumped on her, and then does her best impression of like a dog shaking off, but it's more like an armadillo shaking off. Where it's like, yes, all clean.
I bet not, but clean enough. Put it in my hand. Up we go.
She jumps onto your palm, scurries up onto your shoulder, curls up nicely.
I pick up whatever stuff is left over. And I take it
Because-
inside.
Cool.
Now, is Catalina staying behind?
Catalina probably loiters a little bit, but she lets you guys have your space. She's probably loitering off to the side a little bit. Still in the garden, but maybe just looking up at a tree. Like, just absent-mindedly.
I stand and look at you for a second, and I'm like, hug the tree. It's lonely and it misses you.
Catalina turns to him and says, "No, the last time I hugged tree, it gave me lots of very, very sad memories. So I think just
Big
this
fucking
once."
tree. Listen to your priest, hug the tree.
She just like dead stares at him, walks over the tree and hugs it. Happy. I'm hugging tree.
No, I want you to hug the tree. Not just to make me happy, hug it.
She like backs up a little bit, and instead of hugging the tree, like is gonna climb it, parkour up it a little, and sit in one of the branches.
Okay. Roll me strength athletics.
Ooh.
You
It's 11. Yeah.
you hop, skip, jump, and clamber up that tree, and eventually find yourself up at the top. Tell me, is Catalina the kind of person to have climbed a tree in her youth?
Hell yes.
Yes.
Okay, so like you get to the top, and Dimitri, you look over at
She gives you a
Molly.
Cheshire grin.
and Molly, like her antennae twitch a bit, and she goes, "Shall I?"
Yes.
Okay. And Catalina, as you're just sitting up on the tallest branch you can reach that could support your weight, you hear your own voice in your head, but you're like 7, and it's you saying, "Look at that! Look at that! Look at that! How high I can climb, Daddy!" And you hear his voice go, "Good job, Catalina! Try not to fall, okay?"
At this point, Catalina is hugging the tree, because she's not that much of a shit turd.
You're like taken back to this very, very like raw, primal, like family memory where your father took you to the grove of the pagans, and you climbed one of the trees.
Probably also got in a little bit of trouble too.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, because the next memory is like, Catalina, you get down from that tree right now! You're in so much trouble!
She actually smiles and has a little chuckle to herself at the memory. There were some good times, eh, Dimitri?
I can't hear you, you're too far up the tree.
What? She's yelling down at you.
Oh, now you're yelling. Yes.
Yeah.
Duh.
Okay. And as Catalina just sits up in the tree, half thinking back to a fun memory and half looking over at this bustling walled city of Yakuta, thinking about everything she still needs to achieve, we're going to bring the session to a close, as it's basically 11 o'clock. And I need to complete my census.
That's fair. You've got a few days to do it, though.
Yeah, but I'd rather square it away now.
That's fine. That's fair.
It's all
Also,
good.
there is one last conversation Catalina wants to have with Dimitri, but I can wait till next week. So
Okay.
I will
all good.
message you to remind myself.
Cool. Okay, everybody, it's been an absolute delight playing session 69, which wasn't nearly as smutty as I was expecting, and I'm
Oh,
happy
I
about
mean,
that.
there was so much
It could
smut.
be.
You just haven't seen it.
Yeah.
I actually
Discord, man.
did.
Go
I
on the Discord.
did.
Have you
I
been on the
did.
Discord channel? Have you seen the memes?
Yes, I have.
Not just the call channel, the meme channel.
I know. I've seen the meme channel.
Yep. Also, I think we got a good portion of it out before the stream when we were just sitting there, like
Yeah.
absolutely just letting her loose, man, letting her loose.
That was 100% intentional on my part, so I'm glad.
Good play, Rory. Good play.
It feels like he understands his players.
I do.
What? No way.
Feeling smutty. So
It's 69 episodes for him to get to know us.
That's
Yeah,
that's
basically.
fair.
So at this point, where are we rating everybody?
Oh my god, I hadn't even thought of that. Far out.
Well, he's playing Eco. That's an interesting game.
You two haven't been playing it, haven't you?
What?
In-
Eco? Yeah, Christian and I have.
We have.
How
I had to
is
change all the server settings, but that's fine.
Cool.
It is an interesting game, and it takes some getting used to.
It's an interesting concept that hasn't been fully because it's still in alpha, but
Okay, fair enough. Perhaps we can introduce our viewers to the wonders of Eco.
So who are we
Who's-
rating?
Tavern.
Tavern_crawler.
Hang on. Give me 1 sec. The link. Paste it into chat. There you go.
Okay, everybody, we will be back.
I'm
Next
not
week-
finding their channel.
What's that?
I'm not finding their channel.
Tavern_crawler.
Yeah.
Tavern_crawler.
They're now hosting. They're not actually on.
Oh.
Ah, okay.
Ah, bother.
That's why.
I see. No other person that we're actually following.
Yeah, all I've got online now is
Tavern
music
Crawler
channel.
started hosting Seed 3 Ways.
Also, like, side note, thanks to all the people who joined us tonight. We love you, and thanks for putting up with our shenanigans because we're potatoes. And absolutely mature children.
Definitely. It was a very amusing mix of like let's have breakfast and also have a serious conversation and also have some good character building moments, especially with Mordeau. I feel like people have learned more about him, and I'm happy about that. In fact, I've learned more about him too as a DM.
I'm suspicious. And I have questions.
No,
Ah,
that's
your pin.
Pim's job.
No. That's everyone's doing.
Fair enough.
Well,
So,
does
Pim,
anyone
I've got
in the stream have someone we should raid?
Yeah.
Because
Raid
yeah, everyone on my list
suggestions.
is not streaming as well.
I mean, I've had somebody on my list every time we've raided, but she's decently popular. She has like 1,400 viewers right now, but I feel like raiding her once would be amusing.
I mean, there's no harm in it.
Her Twitch name is Dexbonus. So DEXBONUS.
There we go.
Okay, everybody, we'll be back next week. In fact, next week I'm not working at all on Tuesday, so I
What?
can be. Yeah. In fact, I think so. Hang on.
Guess what?
Uh,
Today I didn't work at all either.
They may
Guess
have.
what? Tomorrow I don't.
Or yesterday. Or
I don't
Friday,
know what
like-
not working is because. Oh yeah, that suddenly reminds me I have to do work. But I'm also studying, so there's no such thing as not working. Because when I'm not working, I'm doing honey work, uni work. I meant.
Yeah.
Horny work!
I'm
honey work,
working.
like honey pop.
I said honey, but sure, horny it
Yeah,
is.
honey.
So I'm working 3 8-hour shifts next week on Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So not working at all on Tuesday or
Does
Friday.
that mean we get
Which
a normal
means-
session next
Yes.
week?
Yes,
You mean people actually finally get to see my intermission
Nice.
video?
they do.
I made updates.
I'm looking forward to everybody seeing them. For now, though, we are going to say good night, and we'll be back next week for episode 70.
Laku noc, good tag, matane.
Bye.
Good night.
Just for
I'd
doing
have
that.
it there, G.
That's what